Hello everyone, this is Dr. Irfan Kamaruddin Andani. Today we will discuss about two-couple system in orthodontics. Again, this is a topic which I don't expect from my undergraduate students, but for postgraduates and orthodontists, this may be an important and interesting topic. So without wasting any time, let's begin. Do you remember? In our last video, we talked about one couple system in orthodontics and I gave you the example of cantilever spring to bring an ectopic canine into the arch. In this design, cuspid received a single force because we gave lingual button as an attachment on that, while there was generation of couple at molar. This is the reason we call this system as one couple system. But if you replace the attachment on canine with a bracket instead of a lingual button and try to place this rectangular wire into the canine bracket, since the wire is rectangular in its cross section and you are using edgewise bracket, therefore there will be generation of couple on this canine as well. Now this system is no more one couple system, but it is transformed into two couple system. The effect of this system on molar will be the same. However, the effect on canine will be different because of the generation of couple. Let's see the effects by zooming on the canine. Here you can observe that because of the edgewise bracket instead of lingual button, the wire is in contact with the bracket slot at 2 points. That means there is generation of couple here. And because of that, canine will not just extrude, but simultaneously it may tip mesially or distally depending on the orientation of the wire in the bracket slot. Like in this case, it will tip mesially and root will move distally along with the extrusion. Not only that, because of the rectangular wire in the rectangular slot, the canine may move palatally or buccally again depending on the orientation of the wire into the bracket slot. This is third order or torque expression of the bracket. And that is the reason two-couple system is not predictable or determinant. It is an indeterminate system. That means it's very difficult, near to impossible to calculate the force system which we were able to do in one-couple system. Let me now elaborate two-couple system with the example that you will find in your textbook. A very common example of two-couple system is utility arch that was designed by Rickett. This was originally used for intrusion of incisors. On the right side of the screen, you can see the design of utility arch. It has 5 components. This is the molar segment which is going into the first molar, and this is posterior vertical segment, vestibular segment, and this is anterior vertical segment, and this one is anterior segment which will go into 4 incisors. Rickett's utility arch is a bypass arch, means that you will not engage this utility arch in canines and premolars and you are bypassing them. And the reason is very simple. As you know that intrusion needs very light force, especially lower incisors need just 40 grams of force for intrusion. Therefore, you try to increase the length of the wire because increasing the length results in increase in springiness of the wire and eventually you will reduce the force magnitude. Now the question is that how does this utility arch work? Here I have shown a passive utility arch. To activate this utility arch for intrusion, you will have to reduce the angle between molar segment and the posterior vertical segment, which is normally 90 degrees in a passive arch. If you make it acute, like here I have reduced it to 70 degrees, this will activate the utility arch. Remember that this activation or angulation is not fixed. It depends how much intrusion do you need. It can vary from 45 degrees up till 90 degrees. Now here you can see that anterior segment has moved gingivally because of this activation. When you will pull this anterior segment up, it will generate intrusive force on 4 incisors in mandibular arch and also reactionary extrusive component of force on first molar. Simultaneously, there will be generation of couple on molar. which will tip the molar distally, and this is because of the moment created by couple along with that. Since there is an extrusive force on molar as well on the buccal side, this will result in lingual rolling of this molar in the same way as we saw in one couple system in our previous video. Now what about incisors? On incisors, there is a tendency of proclination because of two reasons. First reason is that the force you have applied is labial to the center of resistance of these four incisors. You can say that this moment created here is because of this intrusive force. The second reason of this proclination is the change in the orientation of rectangular wire within the bracket. Since the anterior segment is moving gingivally, it creates labial crown torque within the brackets. So here you can say that this is the moment which is created because of couple in the brackets. Sometimes you don't want any proclination. So how to reduce this tendency of proclination along with the intrusion of incisors if you are giving this utility arch? There are two options for that. First, by giving lingual crown torque in the anterior segment of this utility arch. This lingual crown torque will actually counteract the change in orientation of the wire within the bracket. So the result will be just intrusion of incisor. Second option is by cinching back the molar segment of the utility arch. Both of these methods will reduce the tendency of proclination of incisors, and chances are there that there will be just intrusive force component which will be increased, and because of that the reactionary extrusive component on molar will also increase. But here you should remember one thing, that even after cinching back the wire and giving lingual torque in the arch wire, still there will be some proclination force component which is unavoidable. Since you have cinched the wire back, therefore the molar will be pulled forward along with the proclination of incisor. Of course, this moment will be very limited, but it can happen. We call this phenomena rowing boat effect. What is that? Let me explain. When you are rowing a boat, what do? You anchor or hook the shaft or blade of the rowing boat in front into the water, and then the boat is pulled forward. In the same way, consider the incisors are shaft or blade of the boat, and the whole utility arch along with the molar is pulled forward. That's why we call this phenomena a rowing boat effect. Before concluding this topic, I would like to announce my orthodontic certificate course, which is now available online as well. And few candidates from United Kingdom already joined. If anyone of my viewers is interested in that course, you can WhatsApp on this given number. Thank you very much and have a good day.